when you're ready to match play, let's do it. I'm buffing the stuff, and let's ask every question you want, brother, because I'm gonna blow your fucking mind.
All right, I'll jump into it then. This is Hannibal here from thehannibaltv.com. And today I have a special interview here with former WWE and WCW superstar, held multiple
And
titles.
WWE.
Well, you were in WWE for a cup of coffee.
Only one match, but it's a fact.
Yeah.
So WWE and WWF and WCW, but I don't get credit for that kind of stuff. But that's cool. Go ahead.
Well, here he is, Buff Bagwell, formerly known as Marcus Alexander Bagwell.
Yes, yes, yes. Gosh, when I heard that name the first time, bro, was out of Dusty Rhodes' mouth. And I actually got called Mark. I didn't like the word Marcus. I didn't like it as I was growing up.
Okay.
And so my real friends, if I hear Mark in the airport, I mean I turn instantly on. That's somebody that's close, that knows me, that really knows me. And so my friends like Steen calls me Marcus. Les calls me Marcus because that's what they know. But there was also a Mark, and the first win I ever had on WCW ever was against Rip Rogers and Rhubarb Jones. Look it up. Is was a huge radio guy at the time, and he was our announcer. And I was in the back getting a win on Saturday night WCW, bro. I mean, this. I mean, we're going to go much higher in this interview, but that that's unbelievable. Bro, it's straight up. It's unbelievable. It's lucky. It's God involved. I mean, we're not driving, bro. We're not driving. We try to drive, but we're not driving. But I mean, honest to God, dude, you got to realize that you know all these fans came out and saw Mark. So when he said the winner of the match, Mark Alexander Bagwell, I went straight to them as a baby face. And keep in mind, I'm just fucking trying to have a job. And I said, bro, if you're gonna fucking do it, Dusty, it's Marcus. It's Marcus Alexander Bagwell. It's Marcus Alexander Bagwell. And he went, "Oh baby, that." He said, "Baby, that's even better." He said, "That in your teeth." He said, "That's great." He said, "That's phenomenal." So I couldn't talk him out of it, dude. I couldn't talk him out of it. So I was trying to get over as
Yeah.
Marcus Alexander. Can I cuss?
Sure.
Fucking Bagwell. Do you know how hard that is as a 20-year-old kid? And guess what, motherfuckers? I did it. And I successfully did it to the point of, in the 90th percentile, everybody in the world of wrestling would say Bagwell got fucked. In the 90s, I'm not saying 100%, but in the 90s percentile, I got fucked and everybody knows it. That's simple. It really is. It's crazy.
Now, you mentioned Rip Rogers. I've interviewed him. How was he to work with?
Oh God, he was so great, dude. The catch, the catch to my career being good was I was able to wrestle guys like Rip Rogers, Cactus Jack, uh, Eddie, hot stuff Eddie Gilbert. I mean, just stars. I was coming up and they're going down just like what's happened to me now. I'm going down and there's stars coming up. And you try to hang on as long as you can. And but it just it, the GWF is where I learned to work. I walked in the dressing room and the heels and the bay faces were in the same locker room. And I went, wait a second. You guys can fucking talk about this and kind of map it out a little bit? And they started laughing. To the point of, fun laughter, but still, before that, it was meeting outside. I mean, if you could, meeting outside a skating rink in front of 20 people, bro, and we looked horrible. It was horrible. God, it was so ugly. It was so ugly. But the point was I had the luxury of wrestling those kind of guys. Sting, Luger. I mean, God, I mean, look at the stars I wrestled: Macho Man, Hulk Hogan, Goldberg. I mean, just go on and on. That's a big deal. That's a huge deal. And I blesseth. I really do, but I just don't. That's all you can do with it is just say, "This is what I can do, and here I am, and here's how I look, and I can't believe you won't hire me."
Speaking of your look, how are you staying in shape these days? You're obviously known as having one of the best bodies in wrestling.
Oh, oh my God, dude, dude! Imagine being your name is Buff Bagwell, and there's no gyms open, and there's no tanning beds open. So I'm about to blow my fucking brains out. I swear to God. I said to our friend the other day, and he goes, he said, I wish you wouldn't say that, being so negative. I said, I've been saying that since I was 16. It's a saying, I'll blow my fucking brains out. But he was worried like I was, going to commit suicide, and it was just stupid. It was dumb. But um, I did have the luxury of wrestling the top guys, dude. Kurt Hennig, Macho Man, Hulk Hogan. God, I forget names that are Barry Windham. I mean, just over and over, I can keep notes of it, but at the same time, I worship the guys, and I always come up and show my gratitude and shake their hands and say hello and I love you, and it means a lot to me. How you doing, and are you feeling okay? And it means a lot to me. It means so much to me. And then the coronavirus comes in. Are you fucking kidding me? I mean, it's just crazy. You're catching me in a really, really vulnerable time, calls Marcus Bagwell tells the truth on every subject every time. He don't kind of lie. He don't white lie. He fucking tells it like it fucking is. And so people a lot of times they don't believe that. You know what I'm saying? So I just it has a lot going on, and hear me out. We're all going through this, bro. Right this fucking second, you should be 6 feet from somebody that you're probably not, and so should I, which I'm not. And I mean, what the fuck do? You wash your hands and you hope. It's really the worst situation I've ever seen in my life. I'm 50 now. I'm 50 years old. And I'm telling you, as Buff Bagwell being 50 years old, I'm telling you, this is this is big. This is big, bro. And I think it's going to be bigger. I really do. I really do.
Do you know anyone that's caught it? Any of your friends?
No, I've got nobody knows that has it. Thank God. I don't have it. Thank God. So nobody. I just been, and of course, of all times, I fall over my dog and I get stitches. You can see I'm bruised right here, and my nose is also. And I fell over my dog, and I had to go get stitches. And I mean, brother, it's mask, I mean, everything even to come in. Visitors come in unless you got a mask on. And I get it. I understand. I mean, you're at a medical, place. And, but I talked her in. I said, please, tomorrow's day 7. Can you just take the stitches out now? It's day 6.5. Take him out. And she goes, you're making me feel bad. I'll take him out for you. And so I got two things on one time. But it's been crazy. So, just, everybody's at home and they're depressed and they're digging and they're trying. But we can lie if we want to, but the bottom line is it's hard right now. It's real hard.
Now, there's a story on the internet that you shot your stepdad when you were a teenager. Is there any truth to that?
What'd you say again?
I read a story on the internet that you supposedly shot your stepdad when you were still a teenager. Is that true?
Uh, uh, the truth is, I shot my father, not my stepfather. I've told it in several podcasts. Keep in mind, you can go as deep as you want to go, and everything I say is rock solid. So that's what I want you to know, and the fans to know. I'm rock solid on that. But for example, stepdad, that's not true. It's my real dad. He was beating up my mom. I came down. I gotten big. I got big, and I was trying to get big for some reason. I didn't know why. And I still wanted. I don't want to be thin, you know. And I pulled him off of her, and he pulls a gun on me, you know. So long story short, ends up with me shooting him in an arm, and it broke. Yeah, he said it placed in his arm, and it was a big deal for a long time. But now we're best friends, dude. If you can figure that out, it's just I mean, just he called me 2 weeks later and said, I raised you to take care of your mother and take care of her family. He said, and he said, I really, really, really am sorry. And you did everything right. He said, so, come on home whenever you want. I was living with my brother because I didn't want to go. I'm a kid. And, but yeah, yes, true story is I shot my father.
And how did you end up getting into professional wrestling?
Missy High. Missy
You
High.
met her, and then she kind of took you under her wing, or
I was at the pool one day. I was a massage therapist. $10,000. My dad had the last bit of money. He opened up a gym for my brother. He opened up a draw company for my other brother. And they opened up me at 18. What do you want to do? I mean, come on, bro. What do you don't fucking know. You know what you want to do. So I came up with massage therapy thinking I'd go to sports, sports stuff and make a sports thing, and it just, I was watching these guys that looked like fags, queers. They're a, a making a ton of money out of it. I'm thinking, okay, I'm in shape. I'm in, and I was good at massage, and it was completely fucking backwards. I mean, I women would walk in and go, "Oh my god," and walk out, and just walk right out. So I think it was just and finally I started asking. I said, why? What's going on? Tell me. And they say, I'm embarrassed. I'm any fat, or So me being somewhat attractive, um, it turned them off, and the homely guys with the pea shirts on and the flip flops and the that they felt more comfortable with that. So um, I was doing that, and it wasn't getting nowhere, dude. It wasn't getting nowhere. And up to the pool, and they're laying out, just want to blow my brains out, and said, you know, I saw this blonde over the pool. I said, damn, big boobs, blonde, knockout. I was like, damn, pretty girl, But I'm engaged and all that, and so I come back to the pool. I see she's moving in directly. I can remember the numbers: 1504 and 1505. She was directly across from me, directly across from me, and so I thought I didn't think. I said, "Oh, that's just a coincidence," That night, knock on the door, and she goes, "I got to tell the truth." She goes, "Yeah." She goes, "I saw your husband or your fiance at the time, and he, good-looking guy, all that." And I said, "Move me to wherever he is living." And this was she was getting divorced from Hot Stuff, Eddie Gilbert. And so that's why she's moving in. But she told on herself, she goes, "Do you know who I am?" And she goes, "Miss Hi." I said, "Sweetie, I'm sorry, I don't know who you are." And she goes, well, wrestling. I said, those guys don't make no fucking money. And she goes, our lowest paid guy makes about 100 grand a year. I said, do what? Can you say that to me one more time? So when she said that, I went to WCW school down Griffin. It was $3,000 to actually go with Sarge and all that, and go through the squats and things that just didn't make sense. Like in school when you were doing Q plus Y equals X Y Z pi, you knew that wasn't going to help you in life. It just wasn't. And the same thing, I'm sitting there and they're whispering and stuff. And I didn't know they were calling some spots they're going to do, but it was a hellhole, $3,000. And so I go home and I go, Misty, I said, Misty, first of all, I ain't got $3,000. Number one. I said, number two, I said, it's a shithole. And they were talking behind my back. She goes, listen, that they were calling spots, and and she was telling me, explaining it to me. So Missy really helped me a tremendous amount. She really did. She was top notch, bro. She really was. And then I saw, I pulled a gun on hot stuff Eddie Gilbert with a pink G string on and a 45 automatic in my hand. Swear to God on my life, they were fighting on my grill and the door and everything. And I said, hey. And back then, a gas grill was a big fucking deal, bro. I mean, yes, well, that's the one you saw. And I said, hey, motherfucker, get off my fucking grill. Turns around, it's Eddie. And I go, I said, I had to switch hands from my gun. I go, Eddie, man, I'm such a big fan, man. My wheel was broke. They were fighting with spatulas and shit. It was crazy, dude. It was just nuts. So a month and a half to 2 months later, the handsome stranger is wrestling hot stuff, Eddie Gilbert. And I woke up and I go, are we cool about the gun thing? I mean, boy, what you got to clear the air here, right? So, I mean, and we're on ESPN, 4 o'clock, great time spot, all that. And it's oh shit, I don't give a fuck. That's cool, totally cool. But you see, clear the air with that to make sure before you lock up with the guy and find out it's going to be a shoot in the ring or not. And I don't want to shoot in the ring. I'm bad as hell in the working world. But if you want to fight, call somebody else. I don't want to do it. I just don't. So he was cool about it, real cool about it. And that was when she divorced him and all that, and then he died. But Missy was a big part of me, big part.
Were you dating her at all during that time period?
Not at all. I was already engaged. I get asked this a lot, and I forget sometimes. But I know she went out with a bunch of my friends. A bunch of my guy friends, like like three, 4, 5, that kind of number, which is it's a bunch. And we go out together, and but there was never nothing ever between us, ever, no once. And we were just friends. We love each other, and we just she got me into the business. It just about seeing me over by a pool. It's pretty crazy.
So who got you booked in Global?
Joe Penasino, North Georgia Championship Wrestling is what it's called. North Georgia Championship Wrestling, I think, is what it's called. And on Channel 69 in Atlanta. And it um that's who called me Fabian. Because I had the high hair and all that. So I didn't know who Fabian was. Fabian was a country star that wore his hair high. So they called me the fabulous Fabian. Again, you don't say no. You don't say no, I don't want to do that. You say, okay, yes, sir. You know, because I was taught by Missy to do that. And so, you know, when you do that and you go from, ask me the question again. You're right. You're asking me.
I was just wondering how you went from training at the power plant to getting booked for Global, that I think was on ESPN at the time.
Yeah. Long story short is it's just ESPN was going to be the third best. It's going to be WCW, WWE, and it's going to be GWF. No doubt about it. Contracts are getting ready to be, given out and all that kind of stuff. So we got me, Raven, and Patriot. They were up for the first three contracts. That was a big deal, and everybody was talking about it. Well, I think Raven got his, and then I got a call saying we're closing down. And I was like, oh my God. The same day, I swear to God, Magnum PI called me. And he goes, this is Magnum PI. I go, who? And it, I mean, TA,
Dusty's assistant. Yeah.
Magnum TA. Yeah,
Yeah.
he goes, Magnum TA. I was like, and he called me off guard because I was in shock already. I just got told, the company's over and all that. So he said Dusty wants to meet with you. I said I'll be there. So I went down and he wanted me to finish out Global, but I begged him. I said, bro, please don't make me do this. Just if you're gonna hire me, and let's go from there. I said, please. I said I don't want to do 2 more weeks of something's going to end. We know it's going to end. Why do that? And he liked me. He loved me. And Dusty, God rest his soul, he hired me 30 years ago. So you know uh, the transfer over to that was Hand Stranger was it just ended because the company ended. And the girl had a lot of money. She was cool. She was real cool. She was professional. And I mean, she repainted everything at the Dallas Coliseum, where all the Von Erichs and all that. She repainted everything and it looked great. AC in place, and it was working. But the deal, man. It's deep pockets. It's deep pockets, bro, and it is. And so it just ran out, you know. So they try to buy Hand Stranger for B WCW and me be the Hand Stranger. And Bill Eadie is who came up with Hand Stranger. So he said he didn't take their deal, whatever it was. So that's goes back to the Mark Alexander Bagwell. And I said, look, if you're gonna fucking say it, it sounds better saying Marcus Alexander Bagwell. So that's where it went.
How did the locker room accept you when you first came in, being so young?
I want to say, answer that question for yourself. That ain't no fun. You want to hear what I want to say, but ask it again.
When you first came to WCW, I think you were still a teenager, just turning 20. What was it like being in the dressing room with all these older guys that had to work for years to get their contract?
It was the most humbling experience I've ever had in my entire life. I'm sitting there as the pretty boy, way, way young to be where he's at, looks way too good. And it became, of course, as we said earlier, heat. It's not, heat, but jealousy, heat, whatever you want to call it. But I stayed in my corner. But, and I'm sitting there, locker room full of wrestlers, and I'm going, they don't even know I've been in jail more times than all of them put together. So I had to play the good guy and act like just hey, what's up? What's going on? Hey buddy, And I did so. And that got me over. Stone Cold will tell you right now on any podcast we've done, you've heard it. If you want to pull up, check out, let's do it. He poured ice on me in the shower every day at center stage when I was showering. Now, if you're shaving, you know that goes. It's hard to you get chill bumps and bleeding everywhere, and I come out. I come out of that fucking shower like nothing fucking happened. So they finally go, damn, he really don't give a fuck. He really don't. You know, maybe there's more to him. Then they all saw me knock out a guy in Jacksonville, Florida. Jacksonville, Florida. I'll never forget it. As soon as I hit him, I'm walking and the police are passing me. And Eric Watt is counting a 10 count on the guy that's knocked out. Sid Vicious the next day came and got me and goes, can you talk to me? I said, sure. He goes, what? How did you do that? What'd you do? I said, well, I didn't know I was going to knock him out, but I always step away and then come back. And I just come around, they call it the button, boom, come here. And I mean, just out cold. But it blew their minds. But then it became a prima donna pretty boy that may just fucking knock your ass out. So then I was accepted. Then the Nasty Boys started loving me, and Sting already loved me because we were friends before that. But then the hardcore guys started liking me a little more. And I was accepted a little more, and I was funny, until I turned buff, and then it was. Did you hear what Buff said? It wasn't what Marcus Bagwell said. It was what Buff said. But it was the same words. It was the same way I always have been. I've never changed. I'm always just like this. I'm always Mark. always. And it just kills me that when I went up there, but the first one through the door, like we said, is gonna get the bloodiest, and I got the bloodiest. We all did, me and Dallas, everybody, but Dallas still somehow kept in there with them. So good for him. But it was just a bad timing thing that keep in mind, I had an 11-year run at WCW. That's unheard of. I mean, people would come back from WWF and go, "You're still here?" I go, "Be quiet, man. Just don't raise the roof, But they were just blown away. That was there that long. Me and Sting are the only two that went the entire distance of the WCW without going back and forth. We never switched. So yeah, but it was just no regrets though. No regrets. No regrets at all. I mean, I have no regrets whatsoever, bro.
And you mentioned Eric Watts made the 10 count on the guy that you knocked out. Were you there when Eric Watts had his little dressing room skirmish with Rick Rude?
The story I didn't see it. The story I heard was with Scott Steiner,
Oh, with
and
Steiner.
that's the story I heard. I didn't see it. Okay, but the story is they let him go a little bit, and supposedly he got the best of Scotty. Is supposedly the story. I don't know. Didn't see it. Can't justify to it. Nothing. Zero accountability on it. But yeah, it just but that rumor was out that, but it was never rude. I never heard rude. It was
I
always
heard,
Eric and Steiner.
okay. I heard you were friends with Tom Zink, who died recently. Do you have any idea why he passed away? Was it suicide or?
First of all, tell me how long did he die?
I think it was last year.
Wow.
So you hadn't even heard he passed.
No, they didn't know that. They didn't know that, bro. That's how ruthless and brutal this business it really is. I mean, Z-Man was, he put me on the map. He helped me get me started, you know. But he was just he's a drug addict, dude. He was horrible. He was horrible. And I'm with him and Pillman. I'm like, oh my God. So we're all fucked up all the time. I mean, God, but they went the extra level, and I wasn't gonna go that level. And so they're not here with us no more. Now both of them, I don't know. The email was, but that does bother me. He's gone. Yeah, that's because that was the first really cool thing Marcus Alexander Bagwell did. And then they did the Sting coming out and saving me every time. And then they did that. So that hurts a little bit. Yeah, he was a good guy. But your question about Z-Man was what?
I was just wondering how, like, what your relationship was, but you answered it.
Yeah, I did. I really did. I mean, we never talked. We never spoke, not one time. We showed up. We were tag team partners, and we wrestled a match. And from there I grew, where I could become good. I mean, even right now, if you call up Raven this very second, if you called him up, and he said, I came back from WWF, and he saw me calling the match to back then, Bailey Parker and another guy were like the state patrolman. I
Yeah.
can't remember what the gimmick was, but it was, I mean, it was, two policemen, but they were heels. But the hell of workers. I mean, great workers. So, of course, every week, it was me and uh, um, Scorpio against them two guys, and so they come out, and I'm calling the match, and I call the entire match, not trying to be cool. I'm just I'm just calling the match how it needs to be done. Are you good with this? Are you good with this? Is that right? Cool? Yes. Okay. Gone though. We went 2 or 3 times probably, and uh, they walked out, and Raven looks at me and went, "Oh my God." I go, "What?" He goes, "I can't believe that you came to me wanting to learn the business back in so and so, and now you're fucking making the match that you're gonna win and go over on Saturday night, fucking WCW." I said, "Dude, I got better ideas, and I do it in a nice way, and I'm really, really good at tag team. I really am. I mean, dude, I'm 6 time. They say 5, but I'm 6 times. I can prove it. I'm 6 times world tag team champion, and so I do work better as a tag. Singles is a little bit hard for me, a little more because I've done so much tag. Because you can come in and go wide open, and then you can tag out, and you get his breath. And you come back right back in, and you're wide open again because you got your breath for a second. But when you're out there and you got snap mare and do a rest hold, which I explained to my girlfriend what that was. A rest hold. They got a hold on the guy, but they're trying to get their breath. And that's all it is. It's a rest hold, and you can't do it without it. So the tag team match should be the best match you see of the night. It really should be. I think so.
And Scorpio, he's wrestled for our company up here in Canada. I've done a few interviews with him. The most recent interview I did with him, he said you guys made up after not
But
getting along for a long time. How did you guys end up making up?
this is crazy. I don't even know how. I really don't know how. We just He just came up, we hugged, and then my girl loved him, and then we were out having drinks and having fun, and he was just great. It was great to see him, man, and that's a Scorpio that I knew. So I really think he just did that maybe to try to get something going, or somebody had him, and maybe trying to get him going for an angle or something, maybe. But I mean, none of that happened, and he knows it. So that's why we love each other and made up, and it wasn't that big a deal. I mean, when we walked up, I mean, it was just instantly a hug and what's up, what's up, what's up, and so and I'm glad of that. That means a lot to me. That really does mean. I mean, we were tag team of the year, bro, and in '92, and the same year I was a rookie of the year. That's a big deal. It don't sound like shit when I say it right now, but it's a big fucking deal. When you say you're the rookie of the year and you're the tag team of the year, that's a pretty big fucking deal. So do what you want to do with that as far as wrestling fans, but that's how I feel also in my heart.
What was your favorite match teaming with him?
I would say I can't say match. I can say that he Shanghai Pierce and I can't remember the guy's name.
Tex Slassinger.
Tex Slazenger, you go, motherfucker. Tex Slazenger and Shanghai Pierce, Mark Canterbury. I, I remember, and that was Dennis something. And but yeah, I think me and Scorpio our best matches were with them, but we had some really good matches with Army. You know, really good matches. But the Scorpio was gone. Then it was me and Scotty Riggs against the same group, the Harley, the Hollywood Blondes. Those are always great matches too. I mean, because Steve and Brian Bill, they were great.
How
So
were the female fans when you were doing that American males gimmick? Because it seems like you probably would have had a lot of groupies approach you during that time.
Um, you know what? I don't I didn't see anything or feel anything when it comes to that. I really don't. I never ever went. Oh my god! It was always kind of the same. There was times it would girls would come and find your door and knock on your door, and you learn to change your name at the front desk, and you just learn as you went. But I never was really mobbed. It's just if I went to the bar, it was over. It was, you know, every girl in the place was all over me, and then it turned to every guy in the world was all over me, but in a cool way, not not any other way, but cool. But they would come up and our front row was turning from girls to all guys. And I'd be at a bar getting selfies with dudes, and girls are like way on the outside. I go, can we let a couple of the girls come in? But they were just so enamored, bro, that the what's it called right now? The the kids group we're in is called the damn it. The age group we're in, the
Yeah,
age it's called
I don't remember what it's called, but I know what you're talking about.
yeah, but that really is, what it boils down to is they knew me, from that, and because
Yeah, yeah.
millennials, and the millennials is because they still kind of remember me. So because of my age, because that helps out a lot.
Everyone remembers your American Males theme song. It was a little cheesy, but people like it. What were your thoughts on it?
My thoughts on American Male song is if you listen to it without the words, it's one of the coolest things you've ever heard in your life. With the words, it's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, it just ridiculous, but still, it's still getting talked about. So
Yeah.
bad publicity, good publicity, whatever you want to call it, it's still getting talked about. So, but still, I got a video. It's the American Male video that's out that you can find, and on your Gmail or whatever your computer, you can find it for sure. You go to it, and it shows that American Male video, and it's us, but without the words. And it shows us throwing footballs and doing guy things, and it's one of the best things I've ever heard in my life. ever done in my life.
And I noticed they still have the song on iTunes too, so it's got to be selling. But why do you think Scotty never really blew up like you did after he kind of fizzled away after that team broke up?
Oh God! Again, I want to say you answer that, but it is day one. As soon as it came, came to me and asked me, I went straight to Scott. Um, Scott Riggs, which keep in mind, I I named him. It was me that decided of his name was going to be Scotty Riggs, American males, and you can wear earrings and have beards and be a baby face. You can do it. Terry and them finally bought into it. And so we had to hurry up fast do it and all that. And so we go to Orlando for our first thing, and I said, look, just bring a pair of jeans. You got to go buy a pair of white cowboy boots. I had black. And I said, I got two black and white shirts, and I brought them down there, and had them do some graphic on it. The Disney people, it was really hard to explain to them that it would work. So he goes, "Do you shave your goatee yet?" And I said, "Yeah." You told me forget it. And he goes, no. So I thought I'd go back pretty fast. So I shaved it, I dyed it, doing a deal to get it back. But Scott Riggs was a really, 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 really good guy, and he was great. He was one of my best partners, and I think we won the belts twice with him.
And you were also great partners with the Patriot, Dale Wilkes. How was he? I know he had personal demons too for a while there.
Oh yeah, we've all got them, but yeah, but Dale and me are super super great friends, dude. He's such a great guy. I love him so much, and he loves me so much. He's a great guy, and you know what? He always backs me up and talks about the jealous, not he thing. He's with me on that. He understands that and he knows it. And he's willing to say it though, where no one else will for me. My friends won't say it. And that's okay. But he's a great guy. Dale Wilkes is a great guy. And by the way, it was Dale that I won two with. And Scotty, I think, won, I think.
And Tom Brandy kind of stole Dale's gimmick and does it out on the independents. What do you think about basically having his gimmick stolen by somebody?
I called Dell and I asked him. I said, what do you want me to do? I don't know what to do." I said, "We're tag teaming, and I know that you got major heat with that. What is it? I mean, tell me what to do." And he said, like I would say, he said, "Do what you got to do." He said, "Do whatever you got to do." He said, he goes, "I hate him. I hate his guts. I wanted to beat him to death right now." I mean, he was mad. He was mad at him. I remember that. Those words, I'm not sure, but he really, really did was mad, and he was mad at the situation of him taking over the Patriot, and and then him, and him not. I mean, he actually has pictures. This actually Dell that he sells. So I'm like, dude, so I called Dell. I said, Dell, what I do? Tell me, bro. And I can't remember exactly how it ended, but it was where do what you gotta do. You know, we all gotta make a living, and I'm not gonna be there because that's not the Dale Wilkes Patriot, and miss out on 1,500 bucks. You know what I'm saying? So I think it ended up like that. I think.
Now, when you switched to the buff character, how did that whole situation happen?
That's great. I'm on the way home from Seattle. We're all in first class, and we're getting drunk, of course, and partying and having a good time. And we're trying to think of a name for me because we know it's time for me to have a name. I need a name like The Rock, like Stone Cold, like Sting. And finally, way back in the corner, Nick Patrick in the complete dark says, "What about Buff Bagwell?" And everybody stopped. I looked over where he said it, and not another word was said. I was Buff Bagwell from there on, brother. I mean, how do you beat that name? You can't. That's a great name. As soon as he said it, we just all shut up. So that was it.
Where did you get the idea for the hat?
The hat came from. I'm a real big hat freak, and I wear a lot of hats, and back then I did too. And just but I like fitted ball caps, like you got on. A
Yeah.
fitted. I hate those. You gotta actually go in there and try them on and make sure they fit. Because even though they say a haircut can make a difference, if you know what I mean, it really can. I was that big a freak on hats. Swig of water. And one day I was in there buying through hats, and my second wife goes, "Hey, well, try that top hat on." So the truth is, my second wife pointed it out. So I got it down, I put it on my head, and she went, "Oh my God." Not wrestling at all. Was 6 years younger than me. Zero thinking, "Oh my God, that'd be cool with you on TV wrestling." Zero. She just went, "Oh my God, that really looks good on you. That looks good on you." So I look in the mirror, then I turn the wrestling wheels on and go, I got fucking chastised over that hat. People laughed at it. They thought how funny it was, how ridiculous it was. And now there's top hats on action figures. So, no offense, I just picked something lucky and got it. My mother came up with the top bin.
Oh, that's cool.
My mother came up with that idea, which really made it cool. But the problem is, we couldn't sell them. We couldn't sell them. If you remember, I was in the magazine that had buff hats, but it was those simple NWO ones that you turn around backwards. And then they come out of that, but you can't. That's a $500 hat. I mean, minimum. By the time you buy it, paint it, gas money to go get it back, all that, it's priceless, really. So I've sold a few because I've gone, brother. You don't want the price. And he goes, "Yeah, I do." I go, "Okay, 2 grand." Boom, boom, and I took the hat off my head and handed it right to him because that's worth it. But god
Yeah.
dang, it ain't worth it. Break even, freak, and it's just not.
Now, you were also really close with Lex Luger on camera and off camera. Could you tell us any stories about him?
God, a million, dude. That's, I mean, you don't ask this. Why don't you make him a little more, like direct? And because I got a million.
Well, any stories about training with him?
Okay, training, great stories. We go in the gym one day and we're there. He's 280 and he is just enormous. And I'm Mark Alexander Bagwell still. And he's walking around going, he owns the gym we're training at, by the way, which is the best gym in the world. And he's going, we're getting ready to work out after I've already waited on him for 30 minutes because I was just Marcus Alexander Bagwell training with Lex Luger, man. Are you kidding? Just sit down and shut up. So he came out and I said, hey, man, I said, that guy Pyam, his name was Pyam. I said, that guy Pyam got his pro car the other day. And Lex looks over at me and he goes, he's too short. I said, Lex, easy, bro. I'm not exactly a skyscraper here. And he went, you're acceptable. That's the Lex Luger that I know. That's the total package. That's the total package. So when I see him where he's at now, it rips my heart out. It rips me apart. I try to go with him on his being nice and doing the Christian thing and all that. But he really was the total package, bro. He was. I mean, let's think about it. Nobody saw a body like that on TV. Nobody. He was the first body, real full fledged, head to toe bodybuild body that was on television ever. And then we all kind of learned it and got lean and started getting carbs out. And then me and Scotty got real in shape and all that. But it's hard, bro. It's hard. It's really hard to seem like that. But every time I see him, he's got a smile on his face. Dude, I love him to death. Love him so much. We've got, I mean, him driving, me a passenger, and Les in the back seat. That was 3 or 4 years. I mean, I'm the one that was with him when he said, "Hey, should I get it cleared up with Macho?" I said, "Yes, now." And we're in Chicago, Illinois, and I watched him do it. I watched him do it in Chicago, Illinois. And he walked into him and just basically told the truth, which is what I do on everything I do, including this interview. And he goes, he said, I'm in love with Liz, and you guys ain't together, and do you mind, And so that was cool. That made the heat not so bad. But Lex was still married, so that was a whole other story that he lived through, and Liz dying, and God bless him for what he's gone through. But to be every time I see him, a smile on his face, and just the happiest guy in the world. And hey, and he stays busy. By the way, he stays busy, bro. I mean, it's unbelievable. He stays booked. So it ain't like he can't get around. He's in a wheelchair, but he gets around, brother. He has legs, liver. He's still the total package. He just now is more Lawrenceville.
Is it true he's the one that got you into taking somas here and there? And I guess you beat all those problems now, but you had some issues with that for a while.
God, I don't blame it on. If I had to blame it on anybody, let's go this route, which I'm allowed to do. Dale Wilkes and Sting one night in Columbus, Ohio, give me three somas. Here's a guy that don't drink a beer. I'm gonna be a pro wrestler. I'm 20 years old. I'm in shape. I look good. I'm gonna be I'm gonna be the next man. You know, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm going down the road, and I started going, what the fuck? And the only reason I'm allowed to tell the story is because they both called me and apologized to me for it. They both did. And Van Hammer gave me a Vicodin one time. And that was also in Columbus. I swear to God it is. He called me and apologized for that. So, who do you blame? I don't blame nobody, dude. It's up to you, bro. It's up to you. I mean, we're going through it right now. We're going through a time that everybody that's watching this can see that I'm a little buzzed, and I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna stay a little bit buzzed because I don't want to fucking be where we're at right now, contained. Humans don't want to be. So every motherfucker that lives in a glass house that wants to throw that motherfucker. But I'm telling you, you know what I'm saying. It's just hard, bro. It's hard, but I don't blame it on nobody, bro. It's up. I think it's like saying your parents, your mom got raped or something, and that affected you. I don't believe in that kind of stuff. I really don't. I really don't. I think it's like I said. I shot my father, and we're best friends. So, uh, I mean, how many people can say those words? How many people can you call right now in the United States of America that said, I shot my father with a revolver? You know, they can't. It's just better to leave it alone and not blame nobody.
Did you hear the latest of what happened with Van Hammer, by the way?
Yeah, god dang it. I just thought about that the other day. Uh, Hit and run killed a kid, right?
I don't think he killed her, but he put her in
Oh
the hospital or something.
God. The kid's not dead.
I haven't heard that she actually died, thank God.
Bro, you will go. The difference of the difference of him, that child living or dying, whew, that's a big one. That's a big difference, bro. And but still, I haven't reached out to him or nothing like that because I know he's already in jail and stuff. So, but yeah, I have heard that, and I love him to death. But he's, like we have demons, and we all got to deal with them a certain way.
Did you ever wrestle Chris Jericho in WCW?
Yes,
How did you get along with him?
he was really upset he had to lose to me. Asheville, North Carolina. I'm here in Zach City. I'm not sure it was Nitro or not. It was Nitro, I think, because I don't think Thunder was happened yet because it was early. And they really was leaning toward that word, the lion heart. Probably they were pushing that word a lot more than Chris Jericho word. And I bought Bagwell, so he's going to put me over. Of course, I come out, and as soon as I lock up, I can see that he's going to be a little bit stiff, and he's not happy with the situation. I already knew he wasn't happy with it. by going over the match backstage. But I was ready to do whatever needed to be done, you know. But he made it hard. He made the match hard. And instead of just doing your job and realizing I got to do this again 4 times a week, can we not just dance here? Let's dance and do, put on performance that everybody is entertained and let it go. You know, it was like a real fight. It was like God, you gotta be kidding. But Chris is a good guy though, man. He's always good to me, and I never ever say anything bad about Chris. Except I remember that night he definitely didn't want to lose. He definitely didn't want to lose.
Have you seen AEW at all?
No, not at all.
When you were working in WCW, who was your backstage clique that you would hang out with in those NWO years?
Scored new. Is it me or Scotty? Me and Norton. Usually it was A locker room, B locker room kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So usually it was, you had all your Sting, your Lugers, everybody was always in the best locker room. The B guys they go to the other locker rooms.
Who would you say is tougher between Scott Norton and Haku?
Ooh, I'd pay to see it. I tell you that. I don't know, bro. That's God. I mean, Haku's. I saw him get tased and pepper sprayed one night. He fought all the police off. I've never seen like in my life. I almost wanted to cry and like sit in the corner. And I was 20, and I didn't know what to do. So I've seen that, but also Scotty, is he's a badass too. Johnny Stringer knows Scott Steiner real well too. I said, if Scott ever starts tapping his finger, I said, watch out. I said, that's not good, cause that's what broke us up. He started believing things that the gym was saying. I said, Scotty, look at you. You look incredible. There's nobody can look better. Quit. What are you fucking? Come on, man. That led up to a straight up shoot interview we had. That you could tell was a shoot if you watch it good. And that was in Cincinnati. And then we had the pay-per-view Slamboree that put the Steiner right together.
Yeah. Did you see the Scott Steiner thing with DDP backstage when DDP jumped him over Kimberly or something?
We're waiting at the live interview spot with Gene Okerlund, and Scotty is trying to rip Dallas Page's eye out at Richmond Coliseum 40 feet away. So we're starting here 20, 10, 9, 8. Before it got ready, he was right in place. And nobody knew. He just tried to rip out Dallas Page's eye. And we just played along with it. Me and Lex already had what we're going to say. So I just got you to go first. And then me and Lex ended up because we already had the ending. So we had a plan for the ending. And so he made it in with his headgear and everything. And back then he was still no chest problems or anything. He looked so great. I mean, he was one of the best bodies I've ever seen. It really is. I mean, week one of the best bodies ever.
What did you think of Kimberly Page and your experience around her?
I thought she was cool. She was cool. We were put in a bad situation, trying to make an angle out of me screwing his wife, which was, you know, Dallas came up with, which is fine. It was a good, well, why not do it? But the deal I didn't like was he wanted to fool the boys, you know. So, so we had a full fledged real fight in catering when everybody was eating. And the next night we're in Little Rock, and I'm sitting beside Kimberly, and all the guys are going. So they're buying into this. So I get it. I'm with it. I mean, my $200 shirt's ripped off. I got a black eye. He got blade lip, and we did two good bunches each. And but here the problem was, you know, the guys came to me because they knew I told the truth because I don't lie. I mean, like, I can't tell you the doors that have closed that have gone at me, you know. And I'll go, look, man, let's please don't let me talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. Let's just don't talk about it, you know. And I put up with all they could, and finally they gained up on me and they said, tell us what's going on. And I just couldn't hold it back no more. I can't lie like that. And they knew, they knew I would come with something like that. They knew he did, but that's not a bad thing. It's a great angle, and it worked, and it made big ratings for WCW. But still, you know, it's still just, you know, when your boys are coming at you every day, you're going, please, man, come on. I don't know. She's cool, but you know, I'm playing along. I'm trying to play along, but finally, it just ended, man. Just basically with the company.
Did you have much contact with the Ultimate Warrior when he was over there?
No, he was real. Matter of fact, he was the only guy I can say in my 30 years that was an asshole. 30 years. 30 years of doing this. He was an asshole. Um, he would had his own room. I mean, Buff Bagwell, take me how you want to take me, has talked to the Ultimate Warrior no more than 2 or 3 minutes. And he was there that much time. He stayed in his room in a limo and had his own catering and all that shit, man. But got paid $750,000 for like a certain amount of shots, certain amount of shows, and it was cool. It worked. I dug it. I'm just telling the truth. He wasn't a nice guy. He didn't come up and say, "Hey, man, nice to meet you." I mean, you know, he just wasn't this kind of guy.
How did Hogan treat you backstage?
Great. Hogan was always solid, man. I've always talked great about him. Always. Hogan was just one of the best, and he would go out to catering with us. He had his separate dressing room, of course. But still, dude, we'd walk in and we walked in his dressing room or his bus or whatever he had. We walked in and respected it, and he respected us. And this is when it was, 7 or 10 of us. And then it got watered down, as we all know, and that's when, but still, at first, that was cool. Going in that room with Hulk Hogan, and so he's always been straight up, man. He's always been really cool, really super cool.
And you and Goldberg are both from Atlanta. I'm going to guess that you got along well with him.
I loved Goldberg, but he got mad at me over something that's not true. Um, Lex came to me and said, "You've got heat with Harlem Heat." No, it wasn't Harlem Heat. It was somebody else. Did you hate with so and so and Bill Goldberg? Keep in mind, Lex is doing this, okay, and we all know it. But still, I got hate with them. So I fixed the first one. I can't remember who that was. I fixed it. I wait for Bill outside of Orlando, Florida. And he comes up and he says that on the airplane, this fat girl asked for my autograph and I didn't sign it. Let me tell you something, brother. I have signed every autograph that any person has ever asked me, ever in my life, ever in my life. And here's what I wouldn't do it. I can't do it. But I had to sit there and go, okay, I'm sorry about that. And shake his hand and like, no, I didn't do it, bro. I didn't do it. I just don't do that. I'm always the one they come to do interviews or extra things because commercials, Capital One, credit card commercials, because now the rest of the guys don't want to do it. They don't care the money. We're all rich. We're all rich. They don't want to do it. It's time out of their day.
Now, for Eric Bischoff, what did you think of him overall when he was in charge of WCW?
I love that. Eric wasn't a big fan of mine, I don't think. That's my opinion. I don't think Eric, I mean, don't get me wrong, we're friends now, but he definitely wasn't a Buff Bagwell fan. I mean, let's just be honest. So Kevin Nash, who came to me that night, asked me if I want to be, part of the NWO. And we were in Salisbury, Maryland. And I said, yes, absolutely. Are you kidding? And that's when the night they did you got 30 days, to you join the NWO or you're fired, all that. And so me and Scott were the first ones out, me and Scott Riggs. And, back to, we talked about that earlier about how he felt after it. I mean, it was really hard, dude, because, we're going to the ring knowing his career is getting ready to go this way. Best case. This way, best case. And I worship the ground Scott Riggs walks on. I love him. I thought of his name. Like I said, I came from Riggs and Murtaugh on Leave the Weapon.
Yeah.
What about Scott Riggs? And Sting went, that's it. Cool. But he's a good guy, man, all that. But what were we saying?
About Eric Bischoff.
Yeah, Bischoff was great, dude, phenomenal. But at first he didn't like me, dude. I don't think. And then we got to riding bikes together, and he saw I was a Harley guy. And then once again, he figured out the prima donna Punk was really been in jail, shot his dad, and pretty much a fucking rebel. And I had to play like I wasn't. I really was buff. And even one night, we were all dancing at this party, and he goes, Marcus Bagwell. And I said, and of course the boys, the boys, of course, and as soon as they come down, as soon as that quiet again, I go, how does it feel that a fag gets more pussy than you get? The boys lit up laughing, oh God, that's great. So from that point on, we were solid, man.
And what about Vince Russo?
That started off good, but it isn't bad. I mean, not like face to face bad. Just, I think I know it was bad. It's the only time I had to ask Sting for a favor. In all the years I wrestled, I had asked Sting. We're in Atlanta, Georgia, at Georgia Dome, and he said, "Are you?" He'd been gone a while. He'd been out of town and going through some some personal problems and all that. And so he was doing that. But he showed up in Atlanta. It was a big show. You got 80,000 people. You know, all of a sudden I see NWO Red walking around, t-shirts. Think about it. You're Buck Bagwell, and you start seeing NWO Red t-shirts. Oh, and I mean only a few. You know that deal. I pulled Sting in the back. I said, "Listen to me. I've never asked you to help me one time in our 11 years being here." I said, "Something's going on, and they're either making a separate wolf. They called the Wolf Pack." I told him what I knew. And I said they were going to, kind of make a elite one to get to, because we knew we had watered it down. We'd watered it down way too much. And I said, before I even finished, he got up, walked out, and in about 2 minutes he walked in and threw me a tank top and a t-shirt. And that means, that's that. I mean, you're in, no matter what. So don't say anything else. Don't go to nobody else. You got t-shirts. You're into it. You WO. You're Wolfpack. You're good. But at first, I don't think they were counting me in. They wasn't. I wasn't counting me in.
And at one point, I guess,
But
shortly before.
the answer to end that, Eric's great, I think, and I really do. I've always thought he was great, and he always did me right financially and everything. So I love Eric.
At some point, Vince started to court you for WWE, I guess, before WCW closed down and there was a chance for you to jump. Could you tell us about that?
Yes. When I started to do that was keep in mind I signed that contract. I signed with a broke neck in the hospital, having complications, and Eric goes, "Well, I mean, you're not worried about it, are you?" I said, "Yeah, I'm worried about our handshake deal. Absolutely." He goes, "Well, that was when the courier thing was big, He goes, "Well, I'll just courier it to your hospital." I said, "Please." Couriers it to me, this big of a contract. I turned to the very back, make sure the number's right for the next 3 years, and sign it. I could have said the thing I needed to say, which is I don't want clauses in my thing. I don't want where y'all can do this. I could have done little tidbit things and fixed it. But I already had first class hotels, rental cars, and getting. I mean, I didn't want to do it. I'm in the hospital bed, but I did the right thing and did what I thought was fair, which was not do that. So I hand over. I head to my bulldog, my mom, and I said, "Get that back now to him." So when Vince started courting me to answer your question, all that mattered. All that fucking mattered. And it's what ruined my job. It's what ruined my life. It really is. If you really think about it, hear me out. I never said this before. It really ruined my life. It did from that point, because if I would have really gone through it and thought and had an agent there to do the couple of things they would have done, they would have said yes to. And it was simple things, but I remember talking to Vince ear to ear and him saying, "There's nothing we can do." It's like ironclad, dude. You keep in mind, broke neck, a hospital. I turn to the very back, I sign it and say, "Get that back to them so our checks keep coming to us so we eat." So yeah, that was that courting. And actually I flew up there. Me and once, even after that signing and handing it back to him, that's when his courtship started. Well, me and my sick wife, She flew up with me, private jet, flew me in, limousine, all that. And he met me at the Holiday Inn. I'm just saying, everybody, he took me his home. He met at the Holiday Inn. I think they knew already that they were just going to beat us and kill us, and I think, but I didn't know then. But if I would have known, I would have been doing contract exchange. I've been doing contracts not for 175,000. I'd have been doing it for a lot more than that. When he came, the only game in town. Here's 175. And guess what? That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money, bro. You don't mean you can live like you're living, but it's a lot of money. And so, that's what he put us in, was like, hey, here it is, or see you later. So, but do I disagree with him? Absolutely not. My God, it's an empire. Look at the empire that he's done. I mean, it's incredible. So no, absolutely not. He's great, man.
So when you switched to WWE, did you have time left on your contract that you had to pretty much
That's
give
what
up?
screwed me. That's what screwed me. And you brought it right back. When he once he was courting me, and then that stopped. Then he bought the company, and I was 3 months away from my contract ending, 3 years deal. So I became, from Buff, I became Mark. I was like, oh my God, this ain't good. Because he was all the ball. He owes it all now. So he did. And so that's what happened. So that's what screwed me. If you ever think about it, was me not having a little more leverage in that contract when he wanted me, that when he was courting me. But when he wasn't, they didn't have to court me no more. It was like, hey, look, this is me. I don't need you. I can get rid of you, or I can go for this my money. And I said, I'll take that. I'll take that amount.
Now you were over, for the younger fans that don't remember, like when WCW ended, you were a big star. And I saw the match with you and Booker T that was supposedly horrible. I didn't actually think it was that bad a match. Could you explain the whole WWE situation?
God. Hey, Cher, can you bring me a Mountain Dew, please? Please. Um, Dude, we knew in Tacoma, Washington, the week before Atlanta, that I got fired. We knew then it was over. We knew. We're whispering. Me and Booker are next to each other, and we're whispering backstage. Why are we main event? Why are we? Why are we doing this ending? Nobody's came out and gave us a finish, which is when you're WWE and you're main event, you go in the finish room and y'all talk. Stone Cold came up and told us what to do. Stone Cold was God, so we did it the way he told us to do. And that was Darren. He might start making his comeback. They'll hit the ring, get on him, and get on him too. Like I'm with them, and they'll throw me out of the back, and then and they'll punch me and throw me out of the back. And then they said my mother called and let me, to get me out of the shows. When that night I wrestled Booker, I had 20 stitches in my head. I had to get somebody to Sharpie in. They Sharpied it in so they couldn't see it. But nobody wants to talk about that. They won't talk about the other. But long story short, it really, you know what, dude? It wasn't that bad. It wasn't. It was a pretty good match. I mean, come on. I mean, it was basic. It was simple. It was WCW style. But still, with under the circumstances, the stress we were under, we're getting booed, everything else. I thought it wasn't that bad, man. I mean, I really didn't.
Who do you think had something against you in that company to cause all the heat that you had?
What I've been told, I won't say who told me, but it's a high person. What I've been told is Triple H is my heat. I don't know why. I've had about 20 minutes of, time with him that I know.
You were
I had
visiting
20
him.
minutes. A couple of days with him. That I bought his
Yeah.
gym membership. He rode my rental car that I paid for. He was skinny as a rail. It was Jean Paul Levesque. Look him up. And he was a nice guy. He ended up dating a chick that was stripping at the same place that my girlfriend was stripping at. So every once in a while, we kind of crossed paths at the apartment. But I mean, literally, no more than, and that's something earlier, no more than about 20 minutes did we talk. So whatever the heat was between me paying for a rental car and paying for a gym membership, him trying to make me believe that this new barbarian workout was working, that was one set as heavy as you could go and you were done, and he was skinny as a rail. I don't know what happened. I don't know what I did or what I said, but it is what it is, bro. I mean, I was 30 years old at the peak of my game. They fired me, bro, in Atlanta. In Atlanta. I mean, what do you say? I mean, there's nothing else to say. I mean, it's unbelievable.
And then they put out that Heat Seekers DVD where I think you and Lex Luger were on the cover, and I
Yeah,
guess they buried you.
we were on the what?
The cover.
The cover. Put the Heat Seekers on the cover. Isn't that great? I even told these two guys that work now as the Heat Seekers. I said, dude, take this name. You're crazy not to. I said, I wanted me and who I wanted was me and Lawler's kid, Brian Christopher. I wanted us to be the Heat. I mean, if you said, this is your wish, it will come true, I would say, I want me and Brian Christopher to be the Heat Seekers and show us, spraying each other, tanning, shaving our backs, all that heat seeking shit that it does cause heat that does cause heat on me. But it's also money. It's money. So why not let it be heat and let's make some fucking money, dude? Let me do. Let the crowd fucking hate me. Either get booed or get yayed. Motherfucker, it's one or the fucking other. If you're not getting one or the other, then you're fucked.
Right.
That's simple, bro. Just like I said, just let me just try. I mean, damn, I don't get it. I just don't get it.
Have you seen Jim Ross at like an autograph convention or anything
Yeah,
since?
we made up. We did the hug makeup thing.
What about you and Shane Helms? You had that fight. Have you guys made
We
up since?
we've done the hug makeup thing 2 or 3 times.
Now that those stitches, those were from him throwing a water bottle at you, I guess.
That's the word. They threw it. He hit me with a rock solid frozen bottle of water. He hit me in that, and my head fucking split open, of course. But I even heard the other day a guy was really taking up for me about the match with Booker and all that. And he said him and Helms him get a fight after he threw some water at him. I was like, threw some fucking water at me. This motherfucker hit me with a ton of bricks, a brick basically. But I wasn't looking. I was walking away from him. I don't want this to get out and to be ugly. And if he hears this, please don't take this the wrong way. I'm just saying that's the truth. You didn't throw it at me. You fucking hit me with it. You know you did. So let's don't make a big deal of it, please. But boom, he hit me. And the boys started looking at me like, come on. lie. And here comes John Ace and those guys over. They start looking. And Fit Finley was there, and they looked at me and said, "What happened? What happened?" And I said, I looked at 10 or 11 set of eyes, and they were all like just begging me. And I slipped and fell. Because they knew, well, we thought we knew that I had a job for sure. And they didn't know they did or not. So Helms is in the bathroom holding a towel on my head. I cried and talking to him. I said, dude, don't worry about it. It's my fucking fault. I hit you first. I'm the bad guy here as usual. Fucking don't worry about it. Fucking it'll be fine. I somehow got Mark Jindrak. Remember him?
Yeah.
He helped me go that hotel room. They had to think somebody got murdered in there. They had to. Because I was having to pack all my shit and my head was just profusely bleeding. You can't get it to stop. So finally, I got it on and we got it wrapped up enough to let them not see it when I took off. I went to Atlanta and with my own doctor and had it done. That didn't call them, didn't complain, didn't say anything. I did it. And I came to the next WWE event, WF still at the time, and the Hardy Boys and Hounds are walking toward me, and I wave at them. And none of them waved back. And I went, okay. Straight to Johnny Ace. I said, Johnny, God, wait for a minute, Johnny he was on the limb too. His job was to control 12 guys that WWF had hired. That was Johnny's job. That was it. He had no stroke. He built stroke, but he had no stroke then.
Right. He came from WCW, right? He was the Finnish guy there or something.
He was the Finnish guy at WCW, yes. And so he goes in, and I said, dude, we got to talk. I said, listen, so I tell him the whole story. I tell him about me and Helms and me slapping Helms and me turning around going, God, you fucked up again. And wham, I get hit. And somehow I don't fall, which I don't have any idea. I really don't. I don't claim myself to be a badass. I've never claimed myself to be a badass. But how I didn't fall, I have no idea with this kind of hit. It was brutal.
Why did you hit him to begin with? Was that just past you?
We were in the ring, and we had the best workout of our day, of our week. We put like 3 guys in each corner, 3, 6, 9, 12. So we put 3 guys in each corner. Okay. And we just would tag in and out, and you just called it out loud. But you didn't kayfabe your spot. But at least you learned how to run the ropes, and it was 2 feet bigger, and all that. They worried about it being 2 feet bigger and bothering us. And it didn't, of course, but still, you got to play along. So I did. And so we had the best workout we had. But Helm that day didn't do nothing. I worked my fucking ass off that day. And Helms didn't do nothing that day. And so we're all sitting in the ring, and I'm on the floor with my arms on the apron. And they go, I said, yeah, good workout, man. Good. Thank you, guys. And Helm says something about pills or, something. And I go, you know what I can't wait for? I said, I can't wait for your first WWF interview. I said, it'll sound something like this. I said, hey, this is fucking thing, Helm. And I said, you fucking can't even talk. I said, you fucking kidding me? Well, he went with the hair next, saying I was bald. And all this is true, so you shouldn't be mad at hearing this. This is just, I'm just telling the truth. He went bald. And I said, look, bro, he was laying on the bottom rope with his elbows. I said, look, bro, we can stop right now, or I can just beat your fucking brains out. Either way you want it. Either way you want to do. He went to speak, like make your next, that kind of thing, and whack. I open hand slapped him and it rolled him into the turnbuckle. I walk in, way to go, you idiot. You lost another job. Way to go. You poked it, you blew it again. Whack! Fucking whack. And I took up, I said, guys, y'all have already texted 20 people that you know what's happened. I said, let's don't do this. But I still stuck with it. The guys asked me to do. Went home, got it all done, came back, and when I saw the non-wave, I went to right. Johnny said, Johnny got us all together. And he said, look, you can shake fucking hands, let's make up right now, let's figure this thing out. We gotta fucking this thing work. That was the same night that me and Booker were wrestling, you know. And so, like I said, long story short, just common sense. Wait a week and do the invasion in Atlanta. I mean, come on, man. I mean, come on. Nothing else needs to be said if you've watched a wrestling match in your life. Wait a week, and you can do it at the Phillips Arena in Atlanta. Booker T against Buff Bagwell for the invasion of WCW versus WWF. Now that's got a chance. In Tacoma, it don't, bro. It don't. And we knew, and they knew it didn't, and we knew it didn't. Well, what are we gonna do? Go up and go, hey Vince, we don't think this is right. We ain't gonna say that. So we hung in, did what we were supposed to do, and got fired the next week.
And for the invasion, I don't get why they put you guys against each other anyways.
Right. Why even do that combo? I don't know. And like I said, here's what kills me. As me and Booker started turning on each other a little bit backstage during all this madness. And I said, Booker, wait a second. I said, we've had 10,000 matches and never missed a step. Right now, I beg anybody that listens to this podcast to put a Booker T and Buff Bagwell match, or the American Males, or whoever I'm in their match, and you will not see a step wrong. I do everything right. Everything. And so does Booker, because he's great. But my point is that they had to turn to each other. And I said, wait a minute. And Pat Patterson finally goes, wait a minute. It's my fault. He said, I'm supposed to do the finishes, the main event finishes. He goes, but Johnny, I thought Johnny was taking care of you guys, so nobody told y'all to finish. I said, not just that. We didn't know what a match you wanted or anything, dude. Nobody told us nothing. It was Steve Austin, so we did what Steve Austin told us, like you would do, like I would do, like anybody would do. And it was brutal, man. It was crazy.
Strange that they would have the biggest star in the company giving out the finishes.
Yes.
So why didn't it ever work out with you and TNA? There seemed to be some appearances, but they never really used you to your full potential.
They just didn't. Let's see. Okay. The TNA thing, I was told they wanted me to do, which is on film, which I can prove because it's on film. But they wanted me to change my name from Buff Bagwell back to Marcus. There's a match of me that you can find out there on TNA. That I have a match where I get beat, and I'm mad at myself. And the story is, the storyline is, they're gonna. Buff was bad for me. I'm gonna be Marcus, and now that I'm going to be Marcus, um, um, Ricky Steamboat's going to come along and be my mentor, like Apollo versus with Rocky when he pulled him out. That kind of thing. Show me the baby face, all the baby face. Ricky's the baby face, best in the world. I mean, the best seller. He's Ricky Steamboat's one of the best. And so that was their plan. I show up at the show, and guess who's not there?
Ricky Steamboat.
Ricky Steamboat's not there. So guess what I do? I do it anyway because they tell me to. Not to get the word
heat.
Thank you. Not to get the word heat. I do it anyway. And there's film of this. Me sitting on the apron and them going, what is that? I said, Buff says nothing but just ruin my life. And they're taking Buff Bagwell away. Why did you take Hulk Hogan away from him and call him Terry Blue again? That's ridiculous. It's stupid. But I did it not to have heat, bro. Just not to have heat. I did it.
And then nothing just ended up happening, I guess. And
like I said, the first pay-per-view, bro, the first pay-per-view they had was in Huntsville, Alabama. First one. And I did 3 radio stations that we had to go 90 miles an hour to make them. Me and my wife, my first wife, did this together. 3 different places that you barely could get done. Weather stations. And of course I stole the show and did it all. And I was Buff Bagwell and did the whole thing. And then I show up. The Battle Royal is first. It's a 20-man Battle Royal. Guess who the first one out was?
You.
I was the first one out. I said, are you fucking kidding me? Why'd you even waste my time? Why'd you waste our time? Why didn't you send a bigger story y'all think and to do these, these ads and dude, I did a lot. I did 3 TV stations live. And it was all I could do to get back in time for the show. And I was like, oh my God, do what? But did I say anything? No. Keep my mouth shut. Do what I'm supposed to do. All the things opposite you hear right here. All opposite, bro. I didn't say a thing. Not a word. All the way to them wanting me to lose my name, Buff Bagwell, and did it. Come on, bro. There's nothing else you can do besides that. You've done everything they've asked you. So I did. And it didn't work out. And they wasn't drawing really anyway, so it happened.
That was Dixie Carter running it, I guess, at that time.
No, Dixie. I never had any dealings with Dixie. This is totally Jeff Jarrett time.
Okay.
This is totally Jeff Jarrett and Angie. Actually, Andrew McManus. Andrew McManus. I don't know if it's a name you know or not. That was WWA when we went all over in Australia. World Wrestling All Stars. And I do remember him being involved in the TNA thing, I think. But this is when Jeff Jarrett and his daddy were running TNA at the time I'm talking about. And then Ed Ferrara is who, the writer, is who came up with the losing Buff Bagwell thing. I said, Ed, you got to be kidding me. And so he talked me into it. Not talked me into it. I just said, okay. And did it. And still, Ricky Steamboat's not there and da-da-da. And, it was a nightmare, dude.
And I know
First out on the very first TNA pro. Look up the very first TNA show, and I am the first motherfucker that goes over the top rope. Think about that. That's crazy.
Yeah. There's someone that has something against you there for sure. Um, I know you're a big football fan. What do you think about the XFL closing up already?
Oh, dude, are you kidding me? If we answer that question, we can answer the rest of it. I'm about to blow my brains out at my house here. There's no gyms open. There's no 10 beds open. Everything I live for is gone right now, which is tanning, training. It makes me work. It makes me tick. It makes me go. It makes me feel good. And it's gone, bro. I can't do it. It's killing me. And so we're all in a mess right now, dude. We're all in a mess. That's why I'm not, everybody's at their story, just the XFL thing, shit, man. That's just he's already lost billions of fucking dollars. I mean, billions of dollars probably. Think about it. What this man's lost, dude. I'm just thinking about it. I have no idea, but just think. Nobody can come to his shows, bro. Are you kidding me? He's wrestling WrestleMania's going in front of in an empty building. I mean, that's brutal, bro. So I hate it for him. I just hate it for everybody. But everybody's suffering, so it sucks.
Now, as a guy that always had a great body, what do you think of today when there's a lot of wrestlers that are either really small, some are fat that wear shirts? Just what's your opinion on the direction it's going?
Hey, tell me this: how long have we been talking?
Uh, an hour and 45 minutes.
That was on. I just saw that and want to make sure. Ask the question again.
Like, what's your opinion on the direction of wrestling today? There's a lot of really thin
Stop. I
wrestlers.
remember.
Yeah,
Stop. I remember. It fucking pisses me off. These fat ass guys put shirts on and say they're pro fucking wrestlers. How many times 100 years ago, 50 years ago, 70 years ago, 60 years ago, whatever years you want to pick out, did you see wrestlers in the ring with a shirt on?
never.
Never! You never saw a wrestler with his fucking shirt on. You never did. Now they all fucking take their shirts on and they're able to cover up all their shit. And that's what got me and started over because we look different. And I don't and don't get me wrong, I wore my shirt for a long time during my surgeries, my hip thing, and I looked horrible too, and I still ain't back in shape, bro. I'm trying right now to get back in shape. So I get it. But don't everybody wear a shirt, But then again, at the same time, to dog myself out, when me and Scotty got in shape, they became like cookie cutters, like a cookie cutter, you know. Everybody knew to cut your carbs out and get lean. So your Thorntons, your Bagwells, your everybody, your Cenas, everybody knew the carb and work. No, we're wrong. People think it's different, but it's not. It's the fucking carb and cardio. If I titled a book today that I wrote, it would title Carbs and Cardio. And that's what it is. And people don't realize it, the difference of that. And so it's hard, but still, it pisses me off because it makes them cover up their flaws. I mean, even Roman Reigns, I love him to death. He's a big star, but still, listen to me. He's got that fucking vest on for a fucking reason. For a fucking reason. Remember, I told you that. He may not like the way his stomach looks. He may have bitch tits. Whatever the fuck. I don't care what the fuck it is. But it's something, or you would take it off and show your body like I did when I was Buff Bagwell and Scott Steiner looked like he did. You take your shirt off. Now all of a sudden, fat guys are getting over because they wear t-shirts because they're normal. Who wants to see normal in pro wrestling? I don't. I want to see the biggest fucking freak walk out, some kind of freak or somebody entertains me, one or the other, or I don't want to watch. Who wants to see a guy in a t-shirt that's got a chalkboard in the ring? I don't. I try to watch when I couldn't. I almost threw up. He had a chalkboard in the ring and a t-shirt on. Dean, whatever his name is, Ambrose, whatever.
Yeah.
It's a 15-minute segment. And I was like, oh my God. He would even made the dark match for Nitro. He would not even have made the dark match for Nitro. So
Yeah.
Vince gives him 15 minutes in the ring with a chalkboard. I just don't get it. That's why I watch and I go, oh God, click away.
You're not the only one because
I
ratings are at a
know
low.
I'm not.
And I guess you feel the same way about Kevin Owens, who they made world champion for a while, wearing the basketball
That's the number
shorts.
one t-shirt guy I got. That's the number one t-shirt guy I got. I didn't want to say his name a minute ago, but you brought it up, so I will. The number one t-shirt guy I got, he's the fucking champ, and he wears a fucking shirt. I don't get it.
Now, how
Athletes is what we are supposed to be. We were athletes my entire career. We're athletes. That don't look like an athlete if you take that shirt off. You're not an athlete no more. You have just lost the whole game, brother. And that's the facts.
how has your neck injury, and I think you had a shoulder injury at one point too, how did that affect your workouts? Did you ever fully get back to where you were after
Oh, my
those?
neck is nothing now. My neck is 100%, still 100%. I will knock on wood, just be careful, but 100%, it's been totally fine for years. Keep in mind, I came back from that in 10 months after 2000, after 98. So 98, 10 months I was back. And 3 months I was back on TV managing Scotty when I got ripped. And I was so ripped all the time with the hat backwards and all that stuff. And I come out with Scotty. But at first, if you remember, I did the overalls and the t-shirt to cover up because I lost 50 pounds.
Yeah.
But once they started letting me work out and stuff, I got a little bigger and everything. They let me, and so then when that happened, then I started taking the shirt off a little more and getting bigger and better, like we always do, try to.
Now, one last question here, and I'll get to wrapping it up. I heard you had a confrontation with Conrad Thompson at Starcast, and people wanted me to ask you about that.
Oh, God, that's crazy. Oh, God. It's so ridiculous. It's hard to even tell. Long story short, we were given a table that we were going to sell our merchandise at. We bought the table. People walking up with things saying they already paid for a picture of mine. And what does Buff do? He gives them a free picture. Whole time looking at my agent going, go fucking find Conrad, find what the fuck. Scott Steiner's about to flip, so Scott's got the same story. He's right beside us. And I said, what the fuck? So we tried to fix it and all that. Finally, it gets time to leave, and they want to take a cut of my money that I've sold on my own pictures, my own DVDs, my own t-shirts. They didn't have one picture on my desk. It was all my stuff. And they wanted money for it. And I saw this coming, so I got ready and, of course, pulled some out and hit it. And Conrad says, so I'm trying to get my girlfriend. I got, baby. I said, I'm telling you, they're going to come. They're coming. I went to him. I said, dude, you did this, you did this. I told him everything we just talked about. I said, dude, let's let it go. And he goes, I'll tell you what. I said, figure out what it is. Oh, yeah. I'll write you a check. I swear to God, my name is solid as a rock. I'll write you a check. all of it. It's not worth it right now with all the eyes everywhere, you know. So we go walking outside, and he sends two of his thugs out. Black suit. The music just started in the background, like dun 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 dun. I mean, like the two thugs, one's bald headed, one's black hair, and they come out jacked up, the suits on, and they go, "Where's the black bag? Which is my purse I carry with me, which is they make fun of called Merce, which I don't go fuck who makes fun of it. So I carry. It's called Merce,
Yeah.
and they they um they come to us, and I'd already taken the money out. And I give them half of the money that I had in there. I said, "Here, that got him on my back." Boom, boom, and the door left. But that's what happened in front of a thousand people for no reason. It was done so wrong. It was done wrong. All you had to do is put me to the side, talk to me. I'm so solid. I'd pay anybody. I would never screw nobody.
I've actually never ever heard of you screwing a promoter, and I am a reporter.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, and people know that, and people that are listening that know that. I'm not that kind of guy. I've not made shows before and sent the guy my payday. I've done that before, bro. Because he lost out and had to explain to a lot of people why Buffbag wasn't there. But it was I was sick or in jail, or it was something where I couldn't get away from, It was something bad.
Have you
And
heard if Steiner's doing okay after his heart attack?
dude, I don't I hate to say this, but I've called him 3 times and he hadn't called me back. So I don't want to bother him. He's a big texter. And I've texted him 3 times. And I didn't text him. I'm not texting no more. And I want to bother him, but I think he's okay. I think.
Now, is there anywhere people can follow you on social media if they want to look you up?
Yeah. So MarcusBuffBagwell.com is my website.
And do you have Twitter or anything?
It's Mark Buff Bagwell.
Sounds good. So people can look you up there if they want to book you.
The best way to get in touch with me is just MarcusBuffBagwell.com, and that'll lead you to everywhere.
Okay. Do you have any?
That'll lead you to my Instagram. That'll lead you to my Facebook. That'll lead you to all of it. I keep in mind there's like 20 Marcus Bagwell Facebooks, dude. It's crazy.
I actually noticed that you have impersonators.
Is that crazy? I mean,
Yeah.
come on, dude. I had one guy that was black. I was like, come on, brother. At least be the right color.
Yeah.
But they can legally do it. I checked. They can legally do it. They can legally do it, bro. All you can do is send a warning, and they can do what they want.
And do you have any final message to close this off to the fans? Thanks a lot for doing this with us. You're
doing great. I don't know how you get me on for 2 hours, but thank you. I enjoyed it.
All right, thank you, and I hope that this ends soon so you can get back in the gym.
Yes, I hope it does too. Because if the gym don't happen pretty quick, I'm gonna have to fuck somebody up.
And finally, one last thing: can we get your catchphrase?
That's simple as pie, and it goes, "I'm both. I'm the stuff, and the girls just can't get enough." Yes.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please like this video if you enjoyed it, and click the subscribe button to not miss any of our latest shoot interviews, match videos, or news updates. Support us on patreon.com for $1.99 a month to watch our full shoot interviews ad-free and help our channel grow. Follow us on Twitter at the Hannibal TV